Today we're hiking Mount Marcy, which is about 5,300 feet high, so it's definitely going to be a substantial hike. And we're actually going to be staying overnight, so nice little camping trip. And Mount Marcy is near Lake Placid in the Adirondack region of upstate New York. So I'm going to get some nice views of that today and tomorrow. Alright, so we start off on the Blue Trail, and as we go on about later than a mile in, that's when the real elevation gain is going to start. But for now, it's pretty easy walking, so we're enjoying the this part as we can and taking in the scenery. So we're coming up on the dam now, and we're going to see some nice little views of the lake and whatnot here, hopefully. But let's have a look. And over here we notice a bear sign, but we'll talk about that a little more later. Alright, so we're still following the Blue Trail, and if we look up here we can see that top of Mount Marcy from this point is going to be another 3,165 feet, so let's get going. Alright, so we're continuing our march up the hill here, and we came across kind of a river here and a nice little place where you can take a dip, I guess, if you're so inclined. We're not going to, but have a look. From the start of the trail to the dam, we actually go down a little bit, and now is pretty much when the hike's really starting, is after the dam going up. So we're about to get some good exercise, and hopefully some great views await us at the top. So let's go see what it looks like. Alright, so we're continuing up the hill, and the trail's gotten really rocky. A lot of small rocks and large rocks, but not at all hard to be, passable. So we just keep going and going up. Alright, and here we have a campsite trail marker. So there's a trail leading off the main trail to obviously what's going to be a campsite. So we're going to keep going and look for one further up, but this is what we're looking for when we're looking for a place to camp. We're right near Phelps Stream again. Phelps Stream is never too far from the Blue Trail here, at least the part we've gone on thus far. So if you need to refill your water or anything, it's there. Another nice thing about this trail, if you're going during the summer or during, heat, is that there's a lot of foliage, so you're well shaded from the sun. Alright, so we're going to make some fresh water here. We're going to take a 1 liter container and use these pills, which are sized for 1 liter containers. And we're just going to fill it up with the water here that's fast moving, which is better than stagnant. It's a little warm, out, so we want to make sure that we purify this water. And open the package. Alright, so we got the tablet out and we just put it in there. Now the instructions say to wait 4 hours, so we're going to leave it for 4 hours and then we're going to drink it. And in the meantime, I was careless with my knife, so I got a bit of a cut here, so I'll have to be careful about that now too. So, be careful with your knife. And as always, one of my favorite little things is a nice little flowing stream, which I always love. So, gives me a little happiness back here on this trail. So we're at 4,100 feet now about, and the 3 different guidebooks I consulted with, and the information center back at the start said that from 3,500 to 4,000 feet we should only be camping in designated spots, but we didn't see any signs for any designated spots, so not really too sure where we're going to camp now, but we're heading on up and we'll figure out where we're going to sleep later, I guess. Hopefully someplace good. So we're around 4,150 feet and we've come across our first clearing. So we're just a little below 4,500 feet and we got to where the yellow trail and blue trail split. So we're staying on the blue trail and heading up to Mount Marcy. We're considering dropping our packs somewhere because we still have all our tent and sleeping bag and camping gear. So we might drop our packs somewhere along the way to get up to the summit because they're getting pretty heavy, and we didn't get much sleep last night, only about an hour and a half when we drove through the night. So day's starting to get a little long and the pack's a little heavy, but we're still going, so hopefully we're gonna see some really incredible views at the top, which will make it all worth it. Alright, so we're continuing to go up, and we just came across a sign which is telling us that weather is subject to change, and so we're definitely in kind of mountain conditions here, so we want to make sure we have plenty of gear, which we do have, so we should be good. Alright, so we're somewhere around 4,800 feet in that range, we think, and the last half mile has been pretty rough, but we're getting close, so we're just gonna keep on going. Alright, so we made it to the peak before the final peak. Next up, Mount Marcy, and we're getting close, really close now, so let's go get it. Almost there.
So we've just entered the Arctic Alpine vegetable area. As you can see from the ropes, they're growing vegetables over here and we're not supposed to go there. So we're going to go straight up to the summit. We know that many Sherpas have died here. Their bones are right there. We're going for it all the way.
Well, special times finally come. We made it to the summit, so let's have a look around. Alright, so we found a place. We're gonna set up our tent here and our sleeping bags and whatnot. And right now what we're doing is we're enjoying some world-class food here. Cup of noodles. But let me tell you, tonight this tastes like gourmet food. So we're gonna keep on enjoying that and then get our tent set up and get ready for some rest because we definitely need it. We're beat. Morning. After we finished our delicious dinner yesterday and sat around and had a little bit of rest first, because we were pretty dead, we then set up our tent and went to bed early because it was pretty brutal. We had no energy at all. So a friend just went and retrieved the bear canister, and now we're gonna have some breakfast. So really looking forward to that. Alright, so we're getting our breakfast ready here. We're going to have some delicious oatmeal. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the bear canister. When you're coming up here, they require, by law, a hardened bear canister. And they're pretty specific about which ones you can use and not use. So definitely check it out. Now for this one, it's just got 2 screws. So just use a quarter and undo it. Now the reason why they're so strict up here is because they've had huge bear problems and a lot of bears stealing food and whatnot. So everything you bring in that has any sort of scent, whether it be bug spray or food or your garbage after you eat the food, has to stay in here through the night. And you're supposed to put it at least 150 feet away from your campsite. So that's what this is, in case you're wondering. And that's why, because it's a very active bear area. And they're really smart bears that know how to get into bear bags, apparently. So canister's your friend. So we're all suited up, and we're ready to go. We're looking forward to, getting some restaurant food probably. So we're still trekking out here. We're definitely feeling a lot better than we were last night after that pretty brutal ascent with the whole, with all our gear. But we're doing okay so far, and we're enjoying the scenery on the way out and the fact that it's mostly downhill, which is really nice at this point. Alright, we made it to the end, and looking forward to getting a nice relaxing break here. We're glad to have had the opportunity to go up, and we basically stayed on the Blue Trail the whole time. There are lots of signs, so it's almost impossible to get lost here. So if you can, definitely come and check it out. It's well worth the hike.